Imagine that the year is 1978. You're a 10-year-old boy and you just got diagnosed with diabetes. You don't know what this means, and none of your teachers, your school nurse, your coaches, your friends, and even your parents have no idea what this disease is and may think that it's even contagious and that they might catch it from you. There is no blood glucose monitors since they haven't been invented yet. You have to give yourself a shot multiple times a day just to live. You have to keep this insulin refrigerated because it's made out of pork or beef. And there's not even any insulin pumps or pens yet because they haven't been invented yet. This is a taste of what it was like for one of my family members. We have 20 or more family members that have been diagnosed with diabetes, and this is why I feel so passionate about it. WebMed describes diabetes as an endocrine disorder that affects the pancreas and the hormone it produces, which is called insulin. The third edition of the treatment of diabetes, written by Jocelyn, confirms that heredity is the basis of diabetes. There are two types of genes. There are dominant and recessive genes. Dominant genes come from one parent but can take over and be active in the body. A recessive gene requires that both parents pass this gene on to the child for it to be active. So diabetes is a dominant gene since only one parent has to pass it on to the child for them to catch it. There are two types of diabetes according to WebMD. The first type is most common in kids and is an autoimmune disease. The immune system destroys the cells that produce the insulin, so therefore the pancreas is not producing little or even none insulin. So this cannot be prevented or cured. The second type of diabetes is most common in adults and is a gradual onset throughout their lifetime. The body gradually stops producing insulin, which can then lead to type 1 diabetes. This can sometimes be helped by having a healthy lifestyle and eating healthy. An article titled "How Does Diabetes Affect the Body?" states that some of the signs and symptoms of diabetes are frequent thirst, increased thirst, frequent urination, fatigue, blurred vision, and even tingling in the hands, feet, and legs. These symptoms can go well beyond diagnosis. An article titled "Effects on the Body" lists some of the long-term effects of the heart, brain, eyes, and kidneys. The heart, for diabetes in the heart, it can be produced by high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and even has an increased risk of heart attacks, stroke, and cardiovascular disease. For the brain, a medical doctor, Elizabeth Sequist, proves that a study conducted that high A1C levels that diabetes in the brain produces high A1C levels, so there is a reduced brain function, slow memory, and executive functioning. In the eyes, the Mayo Clinic proves that there could be diabetic retinopathy. So there's damages in the blood vessels of the tissues at the back of the eye, which then could cause blindness. This can be caused by uncontrolled sugar levels or even just not taking care of yourself correctly with this disease. The effect on the kidneys is called diabetic neuropathy, and according to Medscope, it is described as high blood sugar damage to the blood vessels in the kidneys, which this could then lead to kidney failure. According to Healthline statistics, today an average of 1 out of 10 adults will develop diabetes in their lifetime. Also, 15% of children will have type 1 diabetes. We have made great strides in the advancement of diabetes with insulin pumps, insulin pens, glucose monitors, oral medications, and even the creating of an artificial pancreas that could then be transplanted into the body. Diabetes which is still in the testing phases, but hopefully create a cure so that we won't have to live like my uncle did in 1978, just learning about this new disease.